I just love the cookie granola going on because it's delicious.
So good.
And the beef stick.
We got beef sticks. We got dog.
I'm gonna owe you a whole thing of this because
you know what?
I'm the one that
I pinky promise you can eat it all because my fat will eat it all if you don't. And I go to Costco, I'm pretty sure, and get it all the time. Yes,
dude, I need it.
It is literally sex in a bag.
I know.
It is so good. The chocolate chips are not too chocolatey.
Costco is gonna be the death of you.
I know.
Why? All the things I've told her about?
Yeah, because then she'll get it and she will eat it all.
Oh,
yeah, she has
I have no willpower.
Really?
No.
So do you find something you're obsessed with and you just eat it all the time?
Yeah. And like the whole entire package, like gone.
Didn't it used to be something really interesting? You'd make like
a cake thing with
a cake.
Yeah, my banana bread cake.
Oh yeah, the banana bread cake. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was your obsession.
Yeah. Oats and protein powder and cake mix for a while.
That was it too. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be worse.
Right. You know, we could
like
be on
mouse.
Yeah.
Except for when she showed me her glucose levels, and I was like, dude, I wasn't ready for that.
That's because I ate. He told me.
Like that.
I mean,
Fine. I don't care about it.
I got a lot of those stored up for you.
What's the timer for?
So I can keep track of like how long we're recording.
Oh,
yeah.
Was this recording?
Yeah.
Oh,
cheers.
my God.
Because I want to I'm trying to challenge myself to fit everything in like a kind of like a structure a little better. Because there's 4 of us. It's, we could just go on a tangent and get nowhere. Which honestly is the best content.
Literally could probably sit here and talk
It's
about
like a bunch of outtakes.
Yeah.
But just an episode.
Yeah.
I really want to try that beef stick.
And my beef. What's over me?
I was just like, I need something in my mouth right now to feel like I fit.
Where's your butt plug?
Listen.
That's not where it's supposed to go.
Yep.
What kind of bite was that?
That was funny.
Not much longer. It wouldn't take long.
Oh, you know I got 4 more upstairs. I can go get you.
She got the meats, dude.
It's
so
really good though.
We should go get the butt plug.
Yeah. Should it just
Everybody
be sitting
should
in
see the
here?
butt plug.
Let's bring it out.
Just sitting on the table.
Not only is it a butt plug, it also has a remote. Like it's a remote.
It's a vibrating
So
one?
you walk around with it in your
You can
and they
whatever.
can control it?
Yeah.
Have you seen the girl? Okay, something is wrong with my feed right now, and it's because we're friends, Micah.
Mhm.
On Instagram right now, every time I get on there, like in my feed, this girl pops up, okay? She's got Buff Bunny leggings on, this cute little butt. She's like 100 pounds, literally. Every single video she posts, she's going like this. And she's getting on something, like a 4-wheeler or like a chair or something. And every time she does it, while her leg hikes over, you see a little dot between her crotch blinking.
Nice.
Like between her legs.
Yeah, like she has something up there.
Yeah, like she has something up there. And it's just like a 4-second video. And I'm like, cute. That's what's on my feed right now.
Oh, you should see my feed because of this bitch.
What is it? Is it ridiculous?
It is sex shit. It is like, let's go ride some.
Listen, you guys know what?
It is
Bestiality. All right.
all sexual.
I can already
I'm
predict.
sitting there and I'm like, okay, like we're the little worked up here.
Yeah, like, wait, hold on a second. This is making me, ooh, is this what's supposed to do? I don't know.
I can already predict what Breeze is. It's all chickens. It is all chickens.
Well, chickens and Trump. So I mean,
I was going to say,
Speaking of Trump,
Yeah.
make America healthy again, baby.
yeah.
woo, woo. God, we're eating beef sticks.
This is healthy. These are healthy. Healthy.
Ignore the caffeine, but at least the snacks are healthy. Pure
Yeah.
Resident is a great brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not actual cookies.
Sponsor us.
And it's really me.
Oh my gosh. Thanks for making these shirts, Bree. They're
course.
cute. I was just telling her how I feel like when I wear t-shirts, they just look so shitty on me normally. Like they just look like boxy. What is this brand?
Toltecs.
Holtex. I've
Toltecs.
never
Yeah.
heard of it. And it's so comfy.
Awesome.
It's so cute. I freaking love how it looks and fits. It makes my boobs look good.
Thank you.
I'm a fan. Yeah, big fan.
Big fan.
I like it.
Embellishing Breeze on Etsy.
No.
No?
I don't have a
Website.
website now.
EmbellishingBreeze.com. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yep. What's
Kudos
that
to you.
too? You
Move
put
on
out my website.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She makes more money if you go straight to it. Oh, fine. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
He likes money. We like money.
Okay, this is actually what's the word? It's impressive that we're all under one roof right now because I was thinking about this before we started recording and I'm like,
Are you going to make me cry?
no, maybe.
Okay.
I'm feeling a little emo today.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh boy.
I'm
gonna cry.
I'm tapping in right now
Tapping in.
to that emotional side because I'm very bad at it, I feel like.
Oh.
Here we go. I'm rubbing off.
Why are you already hearing up?
You don't even So one roof, and I'm tearing eyed.
That's how I am. All you got to say is we're under one roof.
Oh, I love you.
No, but I really was thinking about this. I'm like, how cool is it that we're all friends and that we all get along? We're in our 30s and like it's impossible to find loyalty. It's impossible to find good people that you can trust. Yeah, here we are. And like we're not catty. We could like we're like the most low maintenance friends. We can go like days without talking, months without talking, or an hour without talking. It doesn't matter, you know? And it's so nice. So I just want to thank you guys for coming and being here and hanging out with me because honestly, it was my way of just getting some girl time.
We love you.
I know you guys.
The best hostess.
And I think it's not like a coincidence either that we are all from the Midwest because Midwest girlies are just built different. We are.
That's fair.
Facts.
Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, I think of like, have you guys been to California or like New York?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
For sure.
I just like do and nothing wrong with either of those areas. I just don't fit in. Like I go there and I'm like, I'm different than you.
And you're like ready to go.
Yeah. And like, I just think like when you're from the Midwest, like it's a very different culture here. And unless you live here or are from here or have been here, it's very hard to like understand it. But you see such a stark difference. And it's just like, I mean, you go to like LA, there's no Casey's gas station there or like people.
QT. Quick trip.
Yeah, quick trip.
With a K.
There's no Culvers.
There's no
No
Culvers,
Culvers,
no
no-
cheese curds.
Yeah, they don't know what cheese curds are.
You don't think so?
No, not down there.
They don't even know what they are?
Okay. I lived in Wisconsin for many years. You lived on
Wisconsin.
the border.
I lived in
You know,
Wisconsin.
We know cheese curds. Because, like, even what you get at Culver's is not like a good Wisconsin cheese curd.
It's really not. It's like,
It's literally a cheese curd is like cheese and it's deep fried and it's still together somehow.
yeah,
Versus this battered, doughy
yeah.
thing.
It almost looks like a chicken nugget or something
Yeah.
at Culver's, when in like reality, it's more like cheesy. It's like
just
cheese just with
cheesy and
batter around it.
savory,
Yeah.
and man, it just slaps.
It slaps, baby.
Slaps,
No.
smacks, whatever the
Yeah.
kids are calling it.
We've got Bree from Wisconsin, Micah from Southern Missouri,
Strap. There.
That's right.
Almost Arkansas.
almost Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've got Elizabeth from, well, no, you're not from Iowa.
Good old Canton.
Canton,
Illinois.
Illinois.
Me and Elizabeth.
Illinois.
Illinois bitches. But now you live in
Yeah, I
Iowa.
live in Iowa. Cornfields.
All the
corn.
cornfields. And
Two
fucking
cities.
windmills.
Two
Yeah,
cities.
two cities.
Yeah, two
Yes.
cities there.
What do
Lots
you
of
mean
land.
2 cities?
I jokingly said there's like 2 cities, so which one do you live in?
Oh,
I mean, it's fair. Can you
Literal.
literally say what cities are in Iowa?
Ankeny.
Ankeny.
Where she lives?
Ankeny.
Is that how you say it?
No, Ankeny.
Fuck. Wait, what? That could sound any different.
Ankeny. Not Ankeny.
Ankeny.
I think it's just a slang.
Ankeny.
It's straight Texas over here.
Ankeny.
Ankeny.
Ankeny, Iowa.
Ankeny, Iowa.
Is Iowa a lot different than Illinois? Or very similar? Is there Casey there?
There are tons of Casey.
Yeah.
Casey's is headquartered in Ankeny.
Oh my God, what?
Stop it.
I didn't know that.
Yep. News.
Casey's was like the growing up. Like
Yeah.
you went there for breakfast pizza in the morning
Heck
before
yeah.
school. You went there after school for more pizza. You went there midday for donuts
and a
Yeah.
fountain soda.
and a fountain soda. And when I was little, I'm pretty sure this was like child abuse, but when I was in 3rd grade, I did detasseling. Do you guys know what that is? I'm sure you do, right?
No idea.
You don't know what detasseling is?
Yeah, zero idea.
It's like an Illinois thing.
It
I
is
think.
the worst job.
It is the
ever.
worst job ever. Okay, detasseling. Imagine this.
Yeah.
110 degree summer, okay? 110 degree. You
Sweating your titties off.
sweating your titties off in long sleeves and pants and tennis shoes or boots. And you get picked up at Casey's.
Yep.
That was the pickup place.
Yep.
A raggedy old school bus would pick you up and you'd bring your sack lunch and you'd ride out into the middle of nowhere, like 30 minutes away. And then they basically just let you get off this bus and you'd start walking all the way down a cornfield, down one little row, and you had to pull the tassels off the top of the corn.
And mind you, it's
Oh, yeah.
tall.
Bitch.
There's like no wind. You're like suffocating.
Yes.
So
Did you get
hot.
so many bugs. You get rash
Yes.
from the leaves, like this rash all over you. You're itchy. And you get paid. I think I got paid. No way it was more than $5 an hour. No way.
It's like pennies.
And you do it for like a month.
Yeah.
and you die.
Terrible.
I got mono from doing it. And it was like, I'm serious. They accidentally put us in this field. No, they put us in this field.
We're questionable.
My friend.
That's how you stand.
Yeah, I'm third grade making out with all the boys. Hey, there's nothing better to do. No, okay, this is what happened. They took us to a field that was just sprayed with pesticides and they didn't realize it. And so we all got, like, all of our immune systems got, like, f***ed up. And so someone on the bus was sick and they gave it to all of us. And so, like, 15 of us were out sick so bad with mono. And then I remember when I was really sick, because with mono, can't one of your organs, like, explode?
Something with
Isn't
an
it like
organ.
your spleen?
I think.
Yeah. So my mom, like, I'm super sick, but I had to stay home and I'm like, sweet, I'm going to go like play outside. So I was like jumping on my neighbor's trampoline. My mom screamed, she's like, Elsie! I'm like, what? She's like, get off the trampoline. And I come home and I'm like, what? She's like, your spleen could explode if you like fall on it or something. And I'm like, what? And yeah, mono.
Yeah, no.
More you know.
The
So
more
I got
you know.
mono from the cornfield.
Interesting.
But yeah, Casey's Pizza. Casey's in general, I just think of as like, you know,
Pure Midwest.
pure Midwest. And Quick Trip. That's a Wisconsin thing.
Yeah.
You see their Instagram? They actually are hilarious.
Which one?
The
K
Quick
or
Trip.
Q?
What's the one up there?
Quick Trip.
Is it
With a
K?
K?
Yeah, the K
Yeah.
one. It's
Okay.
really good. Their marketing's
try this.
hilarious.
Yeah, dude, it's really good.
Give them a follow on
Mhm.
Instagram.
I want to
You
try.
should.
Well, I feel like there's the rivalry, that and then Fleet Farm and Farm and Fleet.
Like one
Okay,
dip it.
what the? That's one thing I've never understood. In Illinois, it's always been Farm and Fleet.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I would go north, I'm pretty sure even when I lived in like Fargo, North Dakota for a minute, it was Fleet Farm.
Mm-hmm. Minnesota too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah. What the hell?
I don't know.
Is it the same brand?
It's not. So I could be wrong. Like, fact check me. But I feel like it's like brothers or family members or someone who had a rivalry, and one was like, "I'm gonna be Fleet Farm," and
And I'm
Farm
gonna be
Fleet.
Farm
We're
and
gonna like
Fleet.
separate each other, but like the same thing, but we're not.
You just unlocked so many memories. Like Farm and Fleet was literally we go there every Sunday.
Same.
Have you ever been to Farm
They
and
have
Fleet?
everything.
Are they the same fleet?
No.
Farm and
They
Fleet?
are, but they aren't. Like it's like you walk in the same building.
We're
They're
unsure.
different companies.
We need to do research.
Someone
You need
needs to
do
tell me the
research.
difference.
Whose phone is that?
Where?
Right there.
Mine.
Look on there for me. I like your Wally case. I just bought one that looks just like that.
I love
Literally this morning, laying in bed with a crying toddler. I'm like, oh, I need a new Wally case.
Your emotional buying.
I really was. Poor baby. She wasn't feeling very good.
Versus
Yeah, what is the
Farm.
difference? You know what else?
We had Farm King.
Okay, did you guys have Shields?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, no, sorry. We
Okay,
did
because
not.
when I
No.
lived in Fargo, they had Shields, and they didn't have it in Illinois.
I didn't know that until I
The
came.
founding
moved
families
out.
were friends and belonged to the same cooperative, but there's never been any business or family connection between the two companies.
So they're totally separate.
Yeah, totally separate. Two different companies that sell similar goods in the Midwest, but have historically operated different territories.
Okay, so Fleet Farm is Mills Fleet Farm, and then Farm and Fleet is Blaine's. I remember
Yeah.
Blaine's.
But they're like the same.
I can like hear the commercials. I can smell it in my
Farm
mind
and
right
Fleet.
now. Like I
Christmas time.
Yeah.
And like the
my
catalog.
family still goes there all the time.
Mhm,
Like,
same.
and they have the weirdest like candy, farm stuff,
They have the weirdest.
Carhartt, and like boots.
Want some small appliances? They got
like,
it.
yeah.
The cow, they probably have it out back.
Yep.
Like they've got everything.
They do have.
And they actually have a decent like decor, probably.
It's probably like country.
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 Do you guys remember? Okay, you know how we're sitting on the couch right now? Have you ever heard it called anything else?
Sofa.
A love seat.
Anything else?
Ooh, I know this one. It's like an old person term. What do they call it? The Davenport?
That's what I was gonna say. My grandma always
Old person.
Davenport.
You know,
I'm blown. I'm like, I don't know anybody who knows that name. My grandma, when I was like, go sit on the bed.
Yes,
I'm like,
It's
what?
covered
The
in
what?
plastic.
I know.
Yeah, literally plastic.
You never heard Davenport? Nope. My grandma.
Down in the boot heel, they don't
Yeah.
talk about it like
They
that.
do not talk about it like that.
Mhm.
What do you call
I got a new Davenport.
Couch. We're pretty, like up there. Our education is just through the roof. So
I'm
that's probably why.
certain.
Yeah.
I've only been down by you when I went to the rodeo. What's that called? Sykeston?
No idea.
Is that near you?
No.
Is that not near you? Oh,
Not a
Sykeston?
good place.
It's in the boot hill. Are you near the boot hill?
Like
Hill?
Sexton.
No. I mean,
Mike is from Sexton.
What part of
Sure.
okay? What part of Missouri are you in then? I don't even know where you are.
like Southwest Missouri. So like
South?
Springfield.
Never eat soggy wheat. So you're down to
Yeah, not in the actual boot hill, but like
So you're left more where the boot
Yes.
heels is down.
Right. Yeah.
Let's
right.
pull this
That's
up
like
on the
total
map.
total opposite of where I am. I'm in the corner, and the boot heels are.
Here's Missouri. We're
I'm
here.
over here.
She's down here.
That is a haul.
Yeah.
So,
Your girl's down here.
oh, you're way okay. So you're under Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh,
Straight down from Kansas City.
Okay. Okay.
Like by Branson.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
been over there ever in my
Same.
life.
So like none of you guys have been to Silver Dollar City or anything like that.
I have when I was younger.
I've never been there.
No?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
It's huge. It's huge. Like massive.
It
It's, like
is.
literally.
Is that where you are? Is
yeah,
that-
like I'm like Branson is like closer to where I am.
Okay, I've been to Branson,
Mhm.
but only one time. And everyone says it's like so great. And I went like at the worst time. And I remember there was like some zip lining thing you can do like over
Yeah.
the river.
Yeah.
I did that.
Mhm.
And then I went like fly fishing.
Oh,
Okay.
that's interesting.
And that was really fun.
Yeah.
Literally, like you hear the bell go off and like you're down by the dam and you literally just fly fish and you wear like the big suspenders,
Yeah.
and, like, the big boots and shit.
yeah.
It was actually really fun. It was beautiful. I can't remember the name. Bennett Springs.
Yeah.
It's like
Hmm.
super pretty.
Yeah. Like so Branson is like known for like its nature and like
Mhm.
what it looks like.
I feel like it's kind of like Wisconsin Dells for us Illinois girls. Like that was like a treat.
Yeah,
Where like where you are,
definitely.
it's like, oh, if you go to Branson, like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to Wisconsin Dells a
Of
lot?
course I did. It's like 30 minutes from Milwaukee.
My
so-
favorite trip ever when I was a kid was going to Black Wolf Lodge,
Mhm.
which is now called Great Wolf
Great
Lodge.
Wolf, yes.
Yeah, but it was Black Wolf back when I went, and I remember it being so fun and just feeling like I was the cool. Like I thought my family was like loaded because we went there, and we were not. But we just thought, but I was just like, I was like, oh my god, we're in like a hotel and we can go down like indoor water slide. Like it
And
was
if
just
it
like,
has a pool, you're like,
oh, I felt like I
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah.
amazing. I was like, oh, and cheese fries, what? like,
Of course.
no hamburger helper tonight? Wow, this is a step up.
hamburger helper.
Dude.
Oh man,
Seriously.
that's what I lived off of.
We did too.
We had hamburger helper all the time, or else we did like, mac and cheese or like easy shit. Or like my mom would do this thing and it was called, I don't know what the actual name was, but we called it hamburger toast. And so she'd make toast in the oven and put a hamburger patty on it. And then in the last like 5 minutes, she'd melt a piece of cheese on it. Did you ever do that?
Yep.
My mom said that when they were little, they did that because they were so broke.
Yeah.
It would make like old bread not taste as bad. So it'd be like, because it'd be like crunchy from the oven.
Yeah.
So you didn't care if it was
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
So they would take
Yeah.
like old bread and take like meat and just put it on there and let it like cook into it. And then they'd put cheese on it and eat it. It was like a delicacy for us.
Yeah. No, for real.
And some days hamburger helper.
Or hamburger helper. I'm literally thinking of that Mitch right now.
Dude.
The hamburger.
The hamburger
Hamburger
helper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
or what
I feel like that's totally a Midwest thing. That like casseroles are like a hot dish. Everything can be made into a hot dish. Which like, what's a hot dish?
It's just like a
Literally
warm,
something's
yeah,
warm.
and it's just like a warmed up. You could literally warm up fucking
Anything,
Cheetos and
yeah.
be like, it's a hot dish.
Yeah.
A hot dish.
It always like has tater tots in it somehow.
Tater-
Or, like meat and
Or like crunched up.
yeah,
or
onions,
chips
on
yeah,
top.
chips or like Cheez-Its or like
Yes.
onions, and it's like
Or the
oh,
Funyuns.
Yeah.
Oh.
When my grandma made that every Thanksgiving, I was like, ew. It's like the one dish nobody ate.
You're like, okay, I'll eat it.
You're like, fine, I'll take a bite.
You feel
It's
like you have to
gravy.
because grandma made
Yeah.
I feel like just gravy with like Funyuns on
She's
it.
like,
You're
why are
like,
you
cute.
just pushing her on the plate? Don't you? You're like, I love
Like,
it.
who's
Oh,
names
Just
them
put it on the floor for the dog. You're like,
There we go.
What a name.
Dog sick and
Funyuns.
yakking everywhere.
And then maybe chips named that.
There are.
Yeah, they're like
Literally.
the onion rings, but they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I could probably eat those if I wanted to. Listen, I could probably eat anything.
yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, we're going to switch gears a little bit. This next section, I want to, hold on, let me put my $10 Amazon booties on again because now I'm getting cold. I like your boots. I can't
Hey,
believe that's from
we like a
Aldi.
dupe.
They look
You
real.
look legit.
How much were they?
Whole $1.
Well,
I didn't shop at
Aldi
Aldi.
is the- You
Aldi.
need to.
I got our food
Oh.
that's in my fridge from Aldi, and it was like $60. It was so cheap, and I got like 10 things. I was like, why am I not shopping here?
Yeah.
We were
It's
literally
economy,
talking
man.
about them, like, you need to start shopping there and get
I know.
away from the other places.
Well, the problem is it's very far from me, but if I Instacart, it kind of like evens it out because even though Instacart has all these extra fees, it's still so much cheaper. So I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Well,
So I Instacarted it.
they don't use any artificial dyes.
I know, because they're from Europe.
Uh-huh.
And so they have different like guidelines.
A lot
and
of their
stuff.
stuff is like imported too, so it's like it's not as sweet.
Yeah.
Like if you get like a cookie, you're like, wow, it's like 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
It's not sugar.
And it tastes just like a good cookie,
it's
not like
good,
fake.
but you're like, it's almost like it's missing something, and then you're like, wait, we just eat way too much sugar.
Exactly.
And that's why it
Yeah.
tastes so different to us because we're not used to like something that's just bland.
Exactly. You know what would be like a really cute thing you could put on your shop? Is a little quarter holder.
So I've been looking at those. I have some.
I used to have one. I forgot. This is all
Well,
the way
like
back. My mom had a
yeah.
quarter holder thing on her keys.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a cute little set. Can you just put the little quarter in it? Because you had to pay for a shopping cart there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still a thing?
Quarter.
Yeah.
You put the-
Yep.
Yeah, you put the quarter in
Still
and then you
quarter.
take it out when you leave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you have a little quarter holder.
Yep. I
Yep.
got those ordered. They're just on their way from, I don't know, some
Nah.
they'll be here soon, maybe.
Maybe. From Timu.
That is
Yeah.
funny.
We love Timu. Like, that's
Shout out
yeah.
to Timu. I bought a saxophone on Timu and it's great. It works. For real. Swear it's
Really
bright
did.
blue.
She really did.
It was $100.
Oh my
And I was like,
God.
there's no way this thing's gonna work. It's better than my $1,200 one my dad bought me when I was in 3rd grade.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's
And I
hilarious.
can still play it like I'm in band. Like it just doesn't leave
It's
you.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what? We're gonna do it later.
Yeah, I need
It's
to
at my
see this.
warehouse. I'll bring it.
Yeah.
I'll play you I'll serenade you.
Yes.
Do you want some Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Put
I want to hear it. I want to hear this.
on a Jack Sparrow outfit.
Oh my God. Run around like him.
I'm not kidding. We played those songs when I was in 4th grade. I thought it was the coolest person in my school because I'm like, I know the Pirates of the Caribbean song by heart. It's my saxophone. And there's the saxophone case with the watermelon on it.
That's awesome. That's where we saw the story. That's awesome.
No,
my
everyone's
favorite.
cases look the same. They had us buying like Beanie Babies that you could like tie to them so you knew which one's yours. Mine had this ugly watermelon like Beanie Baby that like hung off of it and like I hung it by the like the little stem. So I just had this watermelon Beanie Baby to like flip all over the place like on my like case.
Giant
But
sax.
everyone knew it was me.
Yeah.
What also is very me is that our first concert, you guys are literally not gonna be surprised. My first concert in 3rd grade, we were like coming out on the stage. I tripped and fell.
Of course. No, that is definitely
Not
you.
surprised. So then after my dad had to send it in somewhere and it literally had to get surgery. And it has like a scar. It had like a big scar on it where they had to undent it because it was like bent down. It was like, it was like almost like hanging down. And it was my brand new saxophone. And my dad was like, really? First concert, you trip and fall in front of everybody.
Did it
Of course
work?
he did.
It worked. It just was so effed up looking. It was like all bent up. And so I had to get it fixed. I was like, that is literally me in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And then I saved it all the way till college. And then I was like broke and I sold it to some like kid in college. And I wrote like this long note about like how much I loved my saxophone. I gave it to him. I'm so dumb. Wait, hold the phone. I sold that on Craigslist. That's not even a thing anymore, is it?
It is
I
actually.
think it
still
is.
Yeah, Craigslist.
For
is
what?
still-
Child predators or?
I mean,
Predators?
yeah,
Absolutely.
Probably.
You know, the usual.
Yeah, because
Oh.
normally now people go to just Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, like a normal place, you know. Not
Yeah, normal, totally normal.
Who's Craig,
Me
by
too.
the way? I want to know who's Craig. Or Angie's like this.
Angie.
So they were married at one point.
Yeah, separated and made their own websites.
Yep. And
Because they can't get along.
Freaking Angie.
Angie, that bitch.
Okay, I've been trying for 5 minutes to change the subject and then I won't shut up. So we're going to change the subject.
Okay.
I just snorted, I think, out my nose. Sorry. I used a new nose trimmer and there's no hair in my nose now. So stuff just flies out. Nothing catches.
You have a nose trimmer?
What?
Why?
No, I did. No, baby, stop. You got the animal up in my nostrils. And all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago,
It all started 2 weeks ago.
seriously, 2 weeks ago, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like turning into my father. There's like long hairs there. So I ordered like,
shoulders.
no, I swear, it was catching like every piece of dust outside. So I bought a nose trimmer
That hair growth serum is doing something for you.
everywhere, girl. It's growing everywhere. Just kidding, but for real. I was so embarrassed. I was like, am I walking around and everyone could see these nose hairs sticking out of my nose? So I've been trimming them, but now it's like I breathe wrong and like liquid comes out because there's nothing protecting it. No,
I am too.
you guys don't trim your nose.
I definitely do.
No.
Okay. No, I definitely do. Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
try
you're-
it. You
yeah.
just shove it up there. It goes. You can hear it go.
But now I'm gonna check it out because now I'm like conscious. Like
I don't think you can see mine.
You can't because your nose, yours goes down like nice. Mine's like,
Yours-
hey,
Yeah. So yours are
Yeah.
there.
how are you today? My nose is good.
Talking to you.
I have actually 4 eyes on my face and 2 of them right here.
2 of them are right here. Aw. No, I'm checking his nose hairs afterwards.
Yeah, you're gonna wear the one.
When you guys are buying them on Amazon later, you can thank me.
I know.
And of course, I bought this from Amazon. It was like $10 and it was like cute. It was like pink and silver. It literally came wrapped up in saran wrap, not even in a box. And I was like, is this even real? And I just used
Was
it.
that how it was delivered at your door?
Even question.
Delivered at your door. It was in saran
I
wrap.
swear. No, it was in like an Amazon bag, but when you open the bag, it was saran wrapped. The lid was like flying around in the bag. And then
Quality.
the nose trimmer was just sitting there. And I was like, there's no instructions, no box. You just add a battery.
You probably got someone's old used nose trimmer.
Probably. So I added a AA battery and worked it. I
Yeah.
said,
Any question?
you pay for what you get. It was $10. It's okay.
Yeah.
And it worked great.
Fair.
But it does sound like you're literally weed whacking when you do it.
Yeah, it definitely.
It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
too.
yeah, for sure, dude. I have dark hair though. Like you can, like, I mean, if, like, let's be real. There's hair on my face.
I
if
have
you
like
can
no
see
dark
it.
hair, but then my nose decides to
Yeah.
like turn up. And
Yeah.
Anyway, so
We'll get back to the podcast in just a moment. This episode is sponsored by AN Skin, your answer for all things skincare and beauty. Our medical grade products, made in the USA, use high quality ingredients and are clinically proven to give you clear, healthy, youthful skin. Everything is cruelty free. Visit anskinbeauty.com to shop now and regain your confidence. Now, back to the episode.
all right, let's talk relationships.
Yay! Yeah.
Okay, raise your hand if you've been divorced. Raise your hand if you've been engaged and broke it off. Okay, yay! All 4 of us have
Yes.
ended relationships. All right, so my question, I don't even know if I want to say it's a question, but the question I always ask myself when I like hear about people that go through this is like, what do you think makes us stay? You know what I mean?
Comfort.
You really think so?
Absolutely.
I was waiting for you to say sex, Micah.
Also that. Also that.
It's just like uncomfortable to leave.
It's like the fear of unknown.
Yeah,
Like,
the
you're
unknown.
Like what's going to happen?
You're starting your life all over again.
Yeah, like where am I going to move? Like logistics.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I feel like women, that's a huge fear because a lot of times the male is like the breadwinner too. So it's like, okay, I just lost a ton of my income. Now I don't know how I'm going to get a house. Like where am I going to live? I don't even know how I'm going to afford my car.
Yeah.
So then it's like, do I just put up with it because I have all these things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like a real thought? you
100%,
that you
sure.
have?
Absolutely.
I think
Okay.
so.
Because like I feel like that's for sure part of it, but it's like everyone's so different. So I want, and we've never, it's so weird. We've been friends for so long and I've never had these conversations with you guys. And so it was like something that's kind of been like on my mind because obviously me like going through a divorce right now, I think of that stuff, you know? And I'm just, I think back on like, okay, why do people stay? And like, even though like, I feel like I get a lot of sometimes for people being like, oh my God, you were only married for a year. And I'm like, I know that. But in the end, like, it's better, in my opinion, if you know that it's not going to work to like not try to just delay something that's going to happen, you know? And I'm not saying like you guys did, but I think a lot of women do that, you know? You don't really hear of short marriages. You hear people that like, once their kids turn 10 years old, they divorce or something. Or how long were you married, Brie?
6 months.
Oh, girl, you with me?
Yeah.
What happened?
We just weren't the same people like when we met. Like we shouldn't have even gotten married. To begin
Yeah.
with. But
Did you guys just so fast? Were you dating long?
we dated for 6 years.
Okay, what the how long?
Engaged for a year. But it's just like after we got married, it was like nothing changes. Like nothing really does change when you get
No.
married. It's just like
But it does.
it does at the same
It
time.
does. Did you
Legally.
think getting married was going to fix it?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think it was in my mind, like when he proposed, I was like about it, but then I had thought about it and was hesitant and I was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do, but maybe this will change things. Maybe it will like close the gap of where there's like something just missing.
And maybe like the safety of knowing like I'm not going anywhere now, we're together forever would like
Correct.
bring us
Yeah.
closer. Because I'm assuming maybe he was having like some insecurity type things.
Oh, yeah.
So you're thinking like, okay, well, if I lock this in with him, then he doesn't have a reason to be insecure anymore.
Well, I don't even think he wanted to get married. I think it was one of those things where I kept saying like, when are we going to get married? When are we going to get engaged? Like I was at that age where all my friends were getting married.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
just like,
And you've been
why not me? And like, I literally uprooted my life. I met him in college. We moved to Wisconsin from college. I was working 2 jobs to help support him go through, finishing school and whatnot. So like I was the breadwinner. I was doing everything. And then it's like, cool, let's get married because then life is going to be so much different. And then it wasn't. And then I was at the point where I'm like, I just can't keep doing this.
I feel like it was maybe like your last ditch effort of like trying to like get to that next level of happiness. And then when you both realize like it didn't change anything, I'm just saying this from an outsider. I could be so wrong, but maybe once it didn't change anything, you're like, how I want to really do this now. Like,
Well, you got to think too, like in your 20s, the beginning of your 20s, you're so different than when you get to your late 20s and early 30s.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you're with someone the very beginning, like I'm in when I was 19. So it's like we grew up together and we got married when I was 25, 26, whatever. I was a different person at 26 than I was at 19. And so is he.
yeah.
And he was older than me. So it was like we're at different spots in our life.
Mm-hmm.
So, and compared to like where I am now, it's like not even close to that great. So I can't even imagine if I would have stayed, what would have happened because my life is so different now. And like my relationship now is so different than that relationship. That was toxic and mine is so healthy right now.
Yeah.
That it's like, it was a blessing in disguise.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it is scary, like changing your whole life,
So scary.
uprooting everything that you know, your friends, the family that you're calling your family that maybe you like even more than your own family,
Literally.
and now you're like at base one again.
Yeah.
It's so lonely.
And the unknown. Like
It's
what the fuck
lonely
is
and
going to
it's
happen?
scary.
Yeah.
And so for women, it's like completely uprooting your life intentionally, terrifying.
Terrifying.
I think that's why so
I think
many of
that's
us
a
just
great word.
stick with it is like, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
What do you think got you to finally just do it?
I mean, I just had enough of not living.
Yeah.
I wasn't existing the way I wanted to be. I wasn't happy. And so it was okay to uproot my life and change things around. And I found that happiness very quickly.
And maybe you realize too, like it can only get better from here. Like even though this is so scary, like this is not it,
Absolutely.
And sometimes that's why you like have to get to the rock bottom because if you don't, it's not going to push you enough to leave or enough to like change. And the risk is always worth the reward when you know that like I deserve more than that.
Yep, I think risk is the key word. Like, what are you going to risk? Are you going to risk being unhappy and miserable the rest of your life? Or are you going to take that leap? And you don't know where you're going, but usually you always land on your feet.
Yeah.
Risk either way. Whichever way you got to look. Risk of like being unhappy or risk of like taking that leap. For sure. I believe that.
I feel like it was scary for you for a long time. Like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We were together for 15 years.
like literally, and you've known him since you were a kid.
Yeah. Like my entire life.
So it's just so strange to be like, this person that is like my left arm
Yeah.
is now going to be just gone.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Scary.
What do you think it was that like it took you to the place where you finally like did it?
Well, we've been back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
So I think having that back and forth for a little bit, I think finally realizing that like I was told for so long that I wouldn't be able to do it by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you can't handle
can't
this
do
by
it.
yourself,
Yeah.
like financially,
Everything.
emotionally.
Yeah. Just, you cannot, you're not going to
You're
do
incapable.
this. Yeah. And I think I just finally got to that point where I was like, surrounding myself with friends that like encourage me to like, you can do this.
Or maybe they even helped you build your confidence and realizing like, I'm not some idiot that can't figure this out. Like I am capable. I can be successful. I don't need a man to survive.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that I feel like having a support group. I think trying to tell my family also, was hard. Like, I don't think this is going to work. We literally were married for not even 3 years and we've been together for so long. It was like, what is actually like, what are you doing? But yeah, it just comes to that point where you're just like you said, what risk are you willing to take? Like, are you going to be unhappy for the rest of your life? I literally felt like I had a boulder on my chest every single day when I'd wake up. I was like, I'm going to be sick. Every day. I hated it. Like, I was just like, why am I feeling this way? What am I actually doing? And then finally, I was just like, I can do better. Not better for him, because he's a great guy, but better for me. Because like you said, you don't know who you are. I got with him when I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know who I was when I was 18. And I'm looking back, like from 18 to 30, almost 33 years old, completely different person. And it stinks because we have a child and he had a kid. And so we had a lot of family things. But when looking back on it, I wouldn't change a thing. Like, to leaving was, I hate to say it was like the best thing, but it was the best thing for our situation. We're great co-parents. We get along fantastic. I know not everybody has that, but when you can be adults, when you have children and just think, this is for them. This isn't about me anymore.
Yeah.
We had this child. This is now about them and their happiness and what we can do to make everybody happy. Then I feel like that's whenever you can tell like you've succeeded. Because they don't need to grow up in a house where the mom is unhappy or the dad's unhappy or that you guys don't do anything together because neither one of you want to actually like spend time with one another. Like, I just feel like that's whenever and we didn't have anything in common anymore because we grew apart. And so I think realizing that we had grown apart, I was a different person. He was still the same person. So like there wasn't any growth because he was, older, way older than me. So there wasn't any growth for him. He was who he was.
Yeah.
And I was growing. And there was no push for me. So I think at that point, I was just like, it's time.
Well, and it's actually worse to stay for the kids because, like, especially in therapy, I've learned, like, the first relationship you have in your life is with your parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that as a kid. But I think we don't think about it this way. When you have a relationship with your parents and that's your first relationship, that's the first time you understand love. So that ends up being how you learn to love a partner. And I don't know why I never connected that. I always thought, oh, well, my relationship between me and my parent is going to be very different than the relationship between me and my spouse. But it actually isn't, because that's where you first learn how you respect each other, how you show up for each other, how you love each other. And so even though it's a very separate type of relationship, it's still love.
Yeah.
And so if your child is growing up in a house, seeing two parents who are dysfunctional, unhappy, not getting along, their brain is telling them, well, this is normal. This is what I should expect. Like, this is the kind of partner I'm going to have. And this is how I'm going to show up for them. And so it's actually worse to stay because you're teaching them that that is what love is when it's not.
Yeah.
And so when you leave and that's hard. That's hard on any kid. I came from a divorced family. That was hard. But I will say, looking back, I'm so grateful for it because now I see my dad happy with my stepmom, my mom happy with my stepdad, and they have very healthy relationships. And like, that's the example I want to use for myself, for my family, my future husband, my daughter, and like they had to just go through that, unfortunately, So I think it's scary when you think of leaving because you don't want to leave and upset the children or like make it harder on them, but you're actually making it harder by like showing them what love is not, by saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I agree.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what about you, Elizabeth?
Well,
Tell me about your engagement. We've talked about this a little bit, but not like a lot.
Oh God, I just hate even thinking about it. I liked to choose the bad boys, like the type that,
They're gonna hurt you, and
you gotta chase them. But you're like, you know what? They're gonna change
I
for
can
me.
fix them.
Yep, I can fix them.
Yeah.
And I knew right away going into it that he probably wasn't going to be the right one for me. But I'm like, you know what? We're gonna try this out. We're gonna see. I was so attracted to him. And attraction only gets you so far. And I was really not looking at the inner side of him, and just seeing more of the outside. And he was definitely had a good A game, like with what he could say, how he can, persuade you into thinking, he was the best man alive. Anyways, I think just after finding out that he cheated on me, and I had been cheated on before in my previous relationship. And I was just like, you know what? If that happens, I'm not sticking around again. I'm not going to do it. It's going to be, I need to have more self-respect because obviously, you know, I think once a cheater, kind of always a cheater. That's just kind of my thing.
That's a great way to put it. Self-respect.
Yeah, self-respect.
Seriously.
And I had a sneaky suspicion. I just started like sensing things weren't adding up. And I remember I think somebody told me that they saw, you know, like him and her together. And then we all worked together. Like we all worked at the same spot together.
Oh, you worked with your fiance at the time?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. And she also worked there. And so just like little things when people were like, you know, we've seen them together, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I mean, it was lied about. I mean, I was lied to forever about it. Like I got to the point where I had facts. I had like true, you know, like it happened. Like, you know, they were seen, they were, you know, whatever. And finally I was just like, you know what? I'm probably never going to get the truth. It's probably never going to, you know, I will probably never find out that, you know, from him that.
Yeah. The clarity.
Yeah. The clarity.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was trying to find the word, like the clarity. And I just, one day was just like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. Like I know it's happened. It's not going to change. I don't want to live my life, you know, always wondering, because I did take him back. I will say we kind of broke up and then I did take him back. And I still just always had that conscious, like,
the trust was broken.
Yeah. And I don't want to always be like looking over my back, you know, looking, like feeling always like that I'm looking for something, because that is just so uncomfortable.
That
and
makes
I'm like,
you crazy.
Yeah, it does. Yes. I started to become somebody that I wasn't.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think of that part.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
it
like,
makes you loony. Like,
yes.
okay, he's 5 minutes late.
Yes.
And it's like, maybe he's just 5 minutes late. But in your brain, you're like, is he cheating?
Yes.
Because he did.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I kept just like little things I would get like so agitated over, and just like it would make me angry, and just somebody that I wasn't. I'm like, this is not me. And I'm doing this because of how he's treating me, what he's done to me. And I deserve more, you know, better and more than this. I'm going to have more self-respect. And so I just finally walked away. And finally, you know, they did come clean, and not clean, but, you know, they did. It was finally admitted to me that it happened. And it was hard at first, but it was like the best decision. And yeah.
Did you call it off then?
Mm-hmm.
How did you do it?
I'm done.
Give him the ring back, or did you keep it?
the biggest question, did you keep the ring though, bro?
He did not. I kept it. I could turn that into a big hot pendant.
You know what? You don't get shit.
No.
Did you just sell it and make money? Like a lot of money?
Yeah.
It's not worth anything.
You get nothing.
Like, whatever.
Pennies.
Dang. That's sad.
Fuck yeah. I was just like, you know what? You're a dick. I'm going to keep this.
I did too.
I was like, fuck you.
It's one thing if you just like left. It's another when he made your life hell.
Yeah.
You know? And I do actually relate to that, because like I don't have any accounts of being like cheated on, but who knows, you know?
Actually, I do want to say something just in case this person like watches.
Yeah.
We are friends now. She has apologized, and she actually buys AN.
Wait, are they together?
She's one of my customers. No, they're not together.
Okay.
No, he did the same thing to her, I believe.
So the girl he cheated on you with, you two are buddies.
We're not like buddies.
friends.
She buys from you.
We're friends.
That's kind
like,
of
friendly.
I
don't talk to her on like the regular,
but still, that's
You're just like brain each
But still, I actually like that. Girls unite. Like,
oh
fuck
yeah.
I don't love that she cheated, but maybe it sounds like he was a good schmoozer. So he
Oh
probably
no,
convinced her.
he manipulated her
For
too.
sure.
For sure.
Like, I'm not saying she gets a pass, but like, it sounds like he was really fucking
He said shit about me to her.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, to make her.
He probably lied and was like, she's so horrible to me.
Yes.
And then she's like, oh, he's hot. He gives me attention. Let's hook up or whatever.
And he's very toxic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He
Very
sounds like
toxic.
a narcissist.
He is.
And that's like that kind of personality. They can manipulate anybody.
Yes.
And most of the time, they're super charming, and they use their looks and their like sexuality and stuff to like get them everywhere.
And her and I finally like talked, like we talk. And just like the stories that he would say and just like the manipulation. We actually have the same birthday. How crazy is that?
What the heck?
Her and I, yeah.
You must be attracted. What are you?
And a Taurus.
He loves them Tauruses.
He's like a Taurus.
It is. But yeah, we're friends.
What is he doing with his life?
This looks like shit.
Good.
One of my friends, I'm not kidding.
Is he ugly now?
Oh, God.
That's karma. Karma.
One of my good friends, just like a week ago, and I'm not lying, sent me a picture of him, and she was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "God,
Dodged a
he
bullet.
looks like shit."
Good.
Shit. I I
You deserve it, loser.
was like, gross. I'm like, that's what I would have to be looking at right now.
That's karma.
Looks like
We'll
shit.
come back and get you
Oh
one way
my
or another.
God. That is so good.
So yeah, that's me. That's my story.
Thanks for sharing that, though. It's hard.
Yeah, I'm better off.
You what?
I'm better off.
Yeah,
yeah.
you are better
I have
off.
noticed though, it's kind of one thing that I think, because one failed engagement, two failed engagements, is that it's really, I'm trying to be more like of a warm heart with relationships, but I've noticed that it's made my heart like very cold and like kind of shut off a little
It's like
bit.
more hardened.
It is.
We talked about this
Your guards
earlier.
just up.
Yeah.
You
And I'm
couldn't
married,
grow up.
you know, and that's hard for me
Yeah.
because it's hard. I have a very hard time accepting love.
It's hard to open up.
Yes. Very hard.
And we've talked about this because I am the same way, I think,
Yeah.
where if someone's good for me,
You want to
I used to always push them
Yeah.
away. I was like, I don't want that. Oh, they love me and they're obsessed with me and it's like easy with them. Ew. Like I wanted like a chase or something. And I think it's because deep down, I didn't think I actually deserved something real.
Yeah.
And so once I came to that realization and I really changed my like mindset, I was like, the people I'm going after are not even the right people because
Right.
I am chasing what I think I deserve, not
Yep.
what I actually know I deserve and
Yep.
what I actually want. Like that's undoing all of that trauma from my past. And I
Yep.
think a lot of women like struggle with that and don't even realize it. Like we really do push
hard.
away
It
like
really
the good
is.
people sometimes.
And I've told Cameron, my husband, sorry, I never knew Cameron is, that,
Yeah.
you know, it's, and I really realized that in the last like probably year and a half, that it's, I mean, a lot of it is me with just like, I'm sorry, like you have to be patient with me. I know I married you, but
Yeah. It
I'm
makes you
just-
uncomfortable.
yeah,
Mhm.
like in knowing that I do deserve love, but it's just sometimes hard to accept.
It's like someone giving you a compliment when you're really bad at taking compliments. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable right now because in
Merry
your brain you
Christmas.
don't believe it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like if someone came up to you and was like, "You're so beautiful," if
Merry
you're like insecure about yourself in your head, you're like, "They're just saying it because they're being nice. They don't mean
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah." So it's like hard for you to say thank you.
Yes.
In your brain, you're like, mm-mm. And I feel like it's the same thing with love. Like if
Mhm.
someone truly loves you, you're like, "No, they don't. No, they don't. There's
and
no
you
way."
want to push it away.
Yeah.
And,
And
like
so-
your first, like what you want to do is just run.
Yeah.
Like running is easier instead of like,
Or like hide.
Yeah.
Like something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stay away from it. It's so weird how that happens, but I think it does. Like
Yeah.
it's a very common thing.
it is.
Well, if you think about it, if you're treated like shit all the time, you think that's normal, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it's from friendships, relationships, your parents. So, like,
Yeah.
that's your norm.
And it's like the comfort thing we
It's
talked
the
about
comfort
earlier,
thing,
that
so
you're
you're
more
used to
comfortable
it.
with that.
And you accept it because you're like,
Mhm.
well, this is just reality, but it's not reality.
No.
Yeah.
So when you find people that are good friends, that don't treat you like shit, that are like amazing parents, it's weird.
It's so weird.
And you're like, when is this going to change? When's like the other
You're waiting
shoe-
for it like to come crashing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're,
So
you're
you're just in
drop.
anticipation.
And
So
you
you
have your
don't
guard
accept
up.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So your wall is up here. So when you have people in your life that are like breaking down your wall, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do I accept this? Like, they're actually being honest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't have to look through their phone. I don't have
Yep.
to question if they're lying to me all the time. Like, they're just
Mhm.
good people.
Yeah.
It's wild to think that we can't accept that.
I know.
Yeah.
Bree, you've known me a long time. You've seen me in a lot of well, not a lot, but a couple of pretty
Relationships, friendships,
big.
all the
yeah.
things.
I would say, yeah, I guess the relationships is an overarching word because it involves women too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is my like thing that used to always hold me back?
How trusting you are in people.
Mhm.
Because your heart is so big. You're one of the most selfless people I've ever met. Truly. I'm not just saying that. Like, you genuinely are because your heart is so big and people see that and take advantage of it.
It sucks. I
It
think
does
it's like a Midwest thing. Like we just trust people.
Mhm.
Literally, we didn't even
Trusting.
lock my door at our house when growing up.
I know.
You know, like or my car. Like, you want something taken?
Yeah.
Like
like it.
we never, you know. So I think like especially living in St. Louis, like it's still Midwest here, but it's more like it's a more of a different, it's not like a small town vibe like it was where we grew up. And I just trust everybody. I always think everybody's good. And you're right. And I'm so not guarded in that way. And then I learned like way too late. And it's when I'm like too deep into things. I'm like, oh, they lied to me the entire time. Actually, using me. No, seriously. It's like a light bulb goes off. And every time Bree's like, Ashley, I tried telling you this. Yeah. I tried telling you this. And you ignored me.
Yeah. I tried warning you. I said my spidey senses are tingling.
You have good spidey senses too.
I do.
Bree literally could be like, that friend, keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
She would like tell me that with people. And then she'd always be right. So every time.
What are your senses on us?
I mean, I like both of you. So I'm here on the couch with both of you.
She's on the couch. What was the word that you guys, grandma said? Was this
we're all chilling on down. The damn floor. We made the cut.
We made the cut. We get good senses.
Yeah. No, you do. Like you guys, like you and I have talked with this, and like energy attracts energy, and like you guys just have good energy. I want to be around you. I gravitate towards you. Whereas she's had people where I'm like, they're gonna be there.
You're like,
I'm sick. I can't.
And Brie, you're so sensitive to people's energy. I've learned. So,
I am.
If someone even gives you like 1% of the ick, you're like, no, bye.
No, but I mean, I'll call them on it. So
yeah, you have no tolerance.
Like, I don't have tolerance for it. They're gonna know. Like, and I'm gonna let you know right away. I'm like, did you see that? Yeah, you saw that. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, that's one thing I always fucking love about you. You're so honest, and you don't care. You're kind of like what you see is what you get, and I love that as a person because I am so trusting. I love that when people don't have to like put on like a poker face or something. If they can just be themselves around me, I have no walls up at all. And that's why I think we've been friends as long as we have, because I know you're just going to tell me straight. Like if you're mad, you're going to tell me. If you're like, actually, you're just going to say it, you know, like you'll call me on my, and that's what we need as friends, like people that are real.
You need honesty. Like that's how relationships work. You can't bullshit each other. It's real and raw. And if you can't take it, okay, like that's for you to be able to compartmentalize. So like I'm gonna say it because I don't want you to be hurt in the long run.
And because you actually have my best interest in mind. You're doing it because you love me.
Absolutely.
And it's like I'm learning that with parenting. Like, okay, my daughter wants the cookie, but when she wants the 6th cookie and it's gonna just make her belly hurt and she doesn't need that many freaking grams of sugar right before bed, like, is me giving in to her actually the right move, or do I have discipline and be honest with her and stop her from eating that cookie? It's not about pleasing her. It's about doing the right thing. And like, I've learned a lot as a parent with that, because the old me would just be like, oh, just give her what she wants because then she'll love me and blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, no, like if I have her best interest in mind, I'm going to fucking tell her no sometimes. And she's going to be upset with me. But in the long run, she'll look back and be like, damn, I'm so grateful that mom has structure and like teaches me these things. And it's the same thing with friends. Like you have to think of it from a point of like, if I care about you, I'm going to be real with you. Even if it's scary, even if it hurts, even if it's hard, even if you have to have a really uncomfortable conversation, I would much rather have that than have someone just tell me what I want to hear, because then I don't even really trust you, because I can feel it. You feel it when people are just kissing your ass. Yes. You always feel it. And then you're like, well, sweet. Now I don't even know if I trust her because she said I look cute in my outfit. It probably looks ugly.
I look like a fat blowfish.
I look cute. Yeah. Like, tell me, you look great, but not in that outfit. Thank you.
You need to change.
No, the truth hurts, but being lied to hurts even more.
Yeah.
Because think about if you find out later on that this person's been lying to you the whole time, it fucking pisses you off.
Yeah.
But I would have rather had you come and be like, yeah, you need to take a shower today. We're on day 6 and she looking crazy.
But
it's in your best interest. Yeah. So first to be like, yeah, you look great.
Oh, well, I love you, ladies. Thanks so much for hopping on the pod with me. I didn't even introduce you guys, but I will. We've got Elizabeth Garrett.
Yay!
Iowa. We've got Micah Hughes. Micah Rose. Bad fitness girly. We've got Bree McDonough from, you're not from Wisconsin. You lived in Wisconsin.
I'm from all over. I'm from Minnesota.
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 And then we got me.
Ashley.
I'm
old Ash. Old Ash.
The OG.
The OG.
Bree is my oldest friend sitting here. And I'm glad that we all four are now friends together because, well, Elizabeth's probably known me the longest because she's followed me for like 15 years.
Got fitness programs from you back in 2014.
Gee, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Passion to be fit over here.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I still have those workouts.
How did you do?
I remember I started
We should
following
bust
you after
that.
the
Dude, we
fight
should.
played.
We should do one tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Okay, gonna be fit workout.
Oh,
Project
God.
Power.
Project
Let's go
Power,
work
let's go.
out. Hey.
We're bringing back Passion to be fit.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my God. Just never let me chop my fucking hair again.
Bro,
No. The
What
dyke
was
spike,
that?
it didn't work.
No.
It didn't
The
work.
dyke side,
never
no.
let you do it.
No.
Literally from the back, it was like pointy.
No.
And then the front, it was like inverted bob.
And you're like orange.
Who let
Yes.
you do that anyway?
Myself.
Oh, God.
My stupid self. My 20-year-old crisis self. Never
Didn't
again.
ask anybody.
Hey, we all go
I
through
looked
it.
like an action figure because I had so much muscle and then like this tiny
Yeah.
bob. And I was like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
And my eyebrows were horrible. It was just not a look. I'm telling you, 30s, best years of our life.
30s.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are
Absolutely.
you 40 now?
Yeah.
I said at the beginning of the podcast that we're on our 30s. It's because you're just so beautiful. I'm not even.
Yeah.
I'm
Can't
not
mess
even
up.
making that shit up. I forget that you're 40.
Yeah.
There's no way you are.
I mean, I'm creeping there too.
You're 38. Yeah, 2 years. Are we gonna go somewhere?
What? Yeah.
I mean, I'm
we'll go with
Heck
Matt.
yes. Let's
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we'll go to
I'm down.
Mexico.
Yeah.
By then you'll be making custom swimsuits.
I
We'll be in
mean,
swimsuits.
shit.
Yeah.
Who knows where we'll be in 2 years?
How sweet
I
would that
need
be?
someone to
Yeah.
crash with me at 8 o'clock.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Because we're partying.
Literally. All right. Well, thanks for being here. I love you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Love
you.
All right. Till next time, be loud, be proud, and be shameless. Woo!